hobbies are incredibly important in my life, and I've always been an advocate for maintaining them. However, we can get into situations in life where we believe we don't have the time or the emotional capacity to maintain some of these things. And I wanted to make this video to try to convince you that it is worth the time that you spend on your hobbies. So I really like playing card games, strategy games in general. And I want to go somewhere in my life where most people don't aspire to be, right? Like owning a large company and doing, really just spending a lot of time on focusing on business and entrepreneurship, expansion, networking. And I have had to think a lot about my willingness, my time to go and maintain, the painting that I do, creating music, and obviously things like this on the side. And the only thing that has helped me rationalize it is the moments that I'm actually doing those hobbies. The flow state that I can get into when I experience things coming out of me that I didn't know existed, right? Like almost a spiritual task of saying, hey, I'm here, I'm gonna go and try to do something, put something down that I like, that makes me feel good, and hopefully someone else will see it and think to themselves, wow, there are beautiful things in this world. Hobbies also have the potential to actually allow us to network. Is what I realized about the card games, the strategy games. They're more fun with people, right? So there's all these shops kind of all over these towns and in little nooks and crannies all over the United States. And I was thinking to myself, okay, fine, the investment that you make into buying the resources or the time investment of actually strategizing will pay off in two ways. One, you'll get to go and experience a community that's been around for many, many years. I think Magic's been around for 30 years at least. You get to go to a new place, a new environment. You get to see people interacting, learn more about human nature. And on top of that, I will get to strategize, right? The thing that I really love about the game, the thing that I really love about playing strategic games is thinking about the resources, thinking about how to most efficiently approach a problem, which I've come to realize recently is something that perhaps I was born with, the need to want to go and solve problems that I'm aware of. My dad was this way. I talked to a lot of his friends. My dad passed away when I was about 9 years old. A lot of his friends said that he had this propensity to see a problem in a field that he was not in and find solutions more efficient oftentimes than the people that have been in that field for a long time. And that to me is a remarkable statement, right? Like how does someone become so cocky, first of all, that they know that their solution actually has merit despite knowing everything about a field? And second of all, what are the things that this person thinks about consistently to get them to a point where their solutions are actually accurate, right? Their solutions actually have immense value to these people. And in my own discovery of myself in life and the things that I like to do, I've realized that I want to be that person too, right? I want the value that I have in society, I want it to be finding solutions to problems through intuition, through my intuition, established through potentially years of playing strategy games, years of being ruggedly honest with myself and how I spend my time and where I want to go in life and getting there. So hobbies to me are something that it's the glue. There's so much time that we're going to end up spending alone in life. To allow the world to casually influence us in a way that we don't want, or we don't even know we want, I think is missing an opportunity, an immense opportunity. These hobbies, the cool part about them, in my opinion, the coolest part about these hobbies is that we usually partake in them when we're really young, right? We gravitate towards an emotionality that they give us. And there's something ineffable, something unexplainable about why certain people gravitate towards certain things. And it makes me wonder why it is that when we're older, we actually let go of these things a lot of the time. Another thought comes to mind. Young children are born geniuses. It's like very, very smart, the ability to go and change the world around them. We are all innately born with that. And then over the years, for some reason, it gets convoluted and we end up losing that. And I think to myself, it must have something to do with us not actualizing what we really should be doing in this life. Probably the things that really excited us when we were younger, right? Like if you always like playing sports, I say go out, join a sports league, even if you're older, even if you have a family. Go and have that community feel. To excel in something, to play, to beat people, to win. If you really like creating stuff, if you like being artistic, do something like that with your friends when you're older. Find friends that like to do artistic stuff. I personally have a bunch of friends that love to make music and listen to music. And I've been lucky enough recently to put together a music chat where people are sending music all the time. And it's this kind of casual community feel that, and a lot of times when I'm driving alone, I drive back and forth from Ohio a lot, or I have in the last couple of years, it makes a drastic difference to feel that you're not alone in your hobbies, your pursuits, and to know that people actually value that about you. That we actually should be doing these things in order to become better people, more rounded, more substantial in our society. It's almost like having the capacity to be passionate about one thing gives us the capacity to be passionate about everything else. We know how it feels. We know it's required to maintain it. And I think that's really important. I think that's super, super important to realize what really makes us feel good about life, and to inject as much of that as possible into our own lives. We feel that love for ourselves, and we give that love out to other people passively, which I think is the best way to give love. Actively giving love often tends to backfire. I'm sure you remember some of your relationships when you were little. There is a beauty in slow, passive release of emotions, because, well, we're in a marathon here, right? It's not a race. And if we go so hard at something all the time, it's really good, sure, to learn our limits, to learn what we're capable of. But if we intend to maintain that, to not burn out, I think it's very important to master the art of just enough. Harahachibu, it's a Japanese wisdom that says, consume 80% of your fullness, and that way you'll be able to not be so tired, to persist in situations. But how we doing? Good. So think about it, really think about the things that inspired you when you were younger, the things that you lost yourself in. Fine, it might be video games, something potentially portrayed as bad in society, right? But think about why you did that. Think about what you do now that allows you to be happier, to care more. and do those things. Make time to do those things, and I promise you, you'll be happier. You know, you'll have more to give, and in some ways you'll be more satisfied too. You won't want so much. You won't feel like you're missing all this stuff because you're giving it to yourself, right? Hopefully you got something out of this. Smash that like button if you enjoyed. Helps me a lot. Throw a comment if you like me walking through the woods here in Cherry Hill, New Jersey on a Sunday. I said, hey, I love going to the woods. Let's walk around. If you have some time, check out this video. I made it about this very hobby that I have, walking in the woods, and how important that's been to me, and how important I think it is to human beings in general. So, I'll see you over there. Actualize your potential, my friend. The world needs you. Take care.